Good evening, welcome to the August 16th meeting of the Glenville Town Board. Please rise for invocation and pledge allegiance. Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, we are meeting today to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. And thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Martin?
Here.
Councilman Titlebaum?
Here.
Let the record show Councilman Kennel and Councilwoman Brzezowski are absent. Supervisor Ketzley?
Here, we have agendas up front for everybody. There's supposed to be a fairly short meeting, but there are a couple of add-ons. There are 4 add-ons. One add-on is a resolution amending the original water warrant for Water District 11. The second add-on is a resolution setting a public hearing for September 6th regarding, to hear any interested parties regarding unsafe property at 9 Van Buren Road. The third add-on is a resolution setting a public hearing for the same night to hear all persons interested in the proposed local law, adding a new chapter 130 to the code of the town of Glenville. The fourth is the hiring of a secretarial position in the police department. Those are the 4 add-ons we'll take up before moving to 17 new business. So with that, we'll start with town council reports. And I guess I have to start on my left with Councilman Martin.
No report
On my
tonight.
right. That's not bad. See?
No report tonight.
Councilman Titlebaum.
No report tonight.
Okay, well, we're really wrong. So then we'll open the public hearing here to hear anyone interested in being heard with respect to the proposed joint consolidation agreement for the town sewer districts number 4 and 6. Open the public hearing to hear anyone interested in the joint consolidation agreement for town sewer districts 4 and 6. Anyone wishing to be heard on that matter? Going once, going twice, seeing none. The public hearing is now closed. We will move to privilege of the floor. And we have a few folks signed up here at privilege of the floor. And so the first person is Peter Russo.
Thank you. Two weeks ago, we had our 90th anniversary at the airport, and fortunately, we had Chris and Gina at the ceremonies, and we do appreciate it. And for those of you who couldn't attend, I've got here information for you about the event. All you have to do is go online to YouTube, and it's all inside here. And if you haven't been to our museum, the Aerospace Museum, call me. I'm giving you my number, and we'll arrange for a private tour of the museum. It is spectacular. It's a gem for the town of Glenville, and a lot of people go by it every day. And it was at that event that I heard more people say, geez, I've been going back and forth in front of this building, and I've never been in it. And I said, now what do you think? And they said, oh, it's great, we're coming back. So, take up my offer. And
Thank you.
Michael, I know that.
Thank you, Peter.
And Chris. And I know 2 are missing, so I'll give those to Linda. Okay. And Jim?
Thank you.
And John.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that was a wonderful event, by the way.
The dance was very good that night, too.
I never saw anyone dance as much as I saw Jim Martin dance that night.
Well,
Amazing.
that was a lot to do to my wife pulling me out on the
Yes,
floor.
I saw that.
Yeah, but wasn't Georgie Wonders great?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He's got quite a following, too.
Yep. That's a great band.
He's coming back next year.
Oh, great.
We're going to do
You
a...
can't help but want to dance to that music, at least as far as I'm.
But what Jim doesn't know is that blackmail video of him dancing. That's good.
Yeah. Small monthly monthly payments.
Yes. So the next person is Brett Cotton.
Good evening. I'm here to address the council about the Anderson Dog Park. It's a wonderful addition to the community. I use it daily, almost daily, but as much as my dog will let me. I'm having an issue, and a number of us are, I happen to be the one here presenting it, with out-of-town or unregistered dogs in the park. I've been witness to a few attacks on other dogs. I'm concerned it's going to escalate into attacks on other people, and there's no real way to communicate to Darla, the dog control officer, at that moment that something happens. We've handed around some ideas down at the dog park. It's kind of like a coffee social down there. You're all invited to come down. It's a wonderful place. We've talked and we've realized that Scotia has electronic pass keys to get in and out. And I understand that we would have to put in electric to make that happen, or any other idea to secure a police who comes in and comes out. I don't want anybody not to be able to use the dog park. It seems consistently that the dogs that are out of control or out of hand are not tagged dogs. And that's a concern to everybody, especially we have the air base here. We get a lot of out-of-town residents. I've run into a few of the servicemen and women. They bring their dogs there from other states, not sure what kind of shots or health issues they have with their dogs. Not that that would be cured by anything that the licenses would take care of, but it would ensure that the dogs that are there are the ones that are supposed to be there. Again, I'm sure there's quite an expense to it. Amongst the people that I've talked to at the dog park, an added expense for us to use the dog park isn't really a big issue if the security is there. I hate telling people to leave. I hate telling people, they have to take their dog out, but it only happens if they're aggressive. Signage at the park. There's no phone numbers or anything to get a hold of anybody in the case of an emergency. I have spoken to Darla, the dog patrol officer. She says to call 911. I don't think that's appropriate. That's not an emergency for a human. I would think is more 911. I don't know if there's a direct line. I have her direct line now, but there's nothing at the park, a phone number on a plaque. That would be very helpful, or some kind of protocol on what you do in the case of a dog getting attacked. Other than me having an immense amount of blood all over me and this lady panicking because her dog is bleeding, I had no other answers for her. Maintenance of the park. The garbage, the dog disposal cans are not emptied at a regular basis. I'm not sure what the scheduling is on that, but it smells bad enough that you don't even want to walk in the gate. That's where the cans are. Not a big deal. Again, I don't know if we can help it in any way. By all means, we're in to help. There is a water spigot by the gates where you walk in. It would be ideal to have another drinking fountain, dog wash area there by the gate. We have to leave our dogs unsupervised to go to the fountain to get water to bring back to the dogs inside the park. That's our option. Someone there has brought a bucket to water the dogs, and it's a lot handier to have that than to have to go down and take them back and forth. One other topic is just another maintenance item, the grass, especially in the large dog area. There's a lot of dogs and it's getting wore out. There's no grass left. There's a lot of dust. Excuse me. Again, I understand that it's a dog park and that's the way it kind of is going to end up. But eventually it's just going to erode the entire area. spring and in the winter, it's a muddy mess. I heard about maybe some benches or something for inside the park. That would be awesome. Anything that you guys could add to the park would be great. But my main concern is the security and, you know, and policing on who comes and who goes. The ironic part is I heard from Darla that a couple of people have gotten into the Scotia Dog Park and can't get out. They had to call the police to get relieved from the dog park. In fact, she was one of the ones that got locked inside. She had to jump the fence, imagine that. But anyway, she told me the story, so I have to believe it. That's about it. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can,
I'll bring these concerns up with our deputy supervisor who heads up our parks, and also with our highway superintendent who deals with these issues, and we'll address the ones we can. Some of them, there's going to be, you know, we're going to have to think it through a little bit. We can't have, you know, someone on all the time for a call necessarily. You know, if there is an incident, 911 is who you would call in the case of an emergency. There's really no way around that one.
okay.
But some of these other stuff, we can look at, and we can get back to. If you want to leave me your, have your address, or your contact information, I can get back to you as well.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or no, it's up to you.
Yeah. Just, if you want me to write it on that paper.
Yeah. Right on the top's fine. See, I took all your notes down.
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, we're start on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And anyone else wish to be heard from the floor? Going once, going twice, seeing none. The floor is now closed. So the supervisor's comments to the board. Just a few quick updates on a few things. As Councilman Hennell not here tonight, but has been at the Thursdays in the Park event, handing out free popcorn to everybody. It's been a very successful night, so I just wanted to update you on some of those numbers. As you know, starting in August, every Thursday in August, we're celebrating in the park with either a movie or a concert. We have had one movie now and one concert, and the attendance has been pretty good on the movie in particular. We had over 100 people at the movie, which is great. The concert had about 30 to 35 people come, which was also good. That was a threatening night of storms, but it never did storm. Tomorrow night, we continue the movies with E.T., and then two more concerts, Toss the Feathers, which is an Irish folk band, on the 24th of August, and Mother Judge, who I understand is bluegrass, on August 31st. So it's going well, I would say, and if you can make one or two of those, come on down. It's a good time. It's working out to be a perfect place for this event. Just to finish up on some of the events coming up, as you all know, September 15th is the concert for Yates Mansion. The musicians of Elwick will be holding a benefit concert. We just got the honorary committee together. We'll be sending out invitations for that. Anyone who's interested can go to linville2020.com and get more information on those tickets. And then, of course, Halloween at Yates Mansion, which is October 21st. It should be some sort of cider donut pumpkin painting event. That'll be fun too. And can't forget Oktoberfest coming up September 30th. September 30th. Did I say September 30th? Did I say November 30th? September 30th. So we're looking forward to all that. Just to give you some more dates, there's a lot going on, but before I do, I wanted to take a moment to just welcome the newest business in town, Cricket Wireless. We had a ribbon cutting there not too long ago. Great little wireless provider, and of course, almost across the street. Verizon has started the demolition process for their spot, so once that's demoed, they'll have a building permit, and we'll have Verizon. So coming more wireless options anyway here in Wyndham. The budget forms are set. We're a little bit behind on budgets this year, which is problematic, but we are continuing with the rest of the calendar from here on out as is. My first budget form is September 6th, which is the next board meeting. So we'll have a budget form that night. And then we'll have a budget form on September 14th, which is at the Senior Center, which is, I believe, a Thursday night. Is that correct? Thursday night. In the meantime, and as we're working through this budget, I'll be engaging each of you individually to talk about some of the department budgets I've received as I formulate the supervisor's budget, which will be due by October 1st, which I think is a Sunday, and so September 29th probably. The 31 days in September, 30, so the 29th would be a Friday. And so we'll have that ready. Also on your calendar, if you can put on there next Wednesday, the 23rd, we're hosting the Complete Streets workshop for the general public, business owners and residents. That's at the Senior Center, 6 o'clock. And then we'll be talking about some of the ideas we have for the future of Freeman's Bridge Road. I have a meeting the night after, the 24th, is I believe the final panel meeting for the Schenectady County Consolidation Committee that was put together under the governor's mandate. At this particular juncture, until we get more information, I don't see how we can partake in the health care, health insurance group, the plan that they want to put together. We just don't have any data that would suggest what our experience may be if we move. And it's my understanding if we do move, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to go back to the community rate. So we will either sink or swim if we go into that consortium without enough information. I just don't know how it's a prudent decision at this juncture to make. So we will not meet again until after I have to make that decision. So just be prepared that that may be the decision after consulting with Mike and Jason and others. What's the best for the town right now? It might be prudent to hedge our bets and wait until there's some experience built up in this pool. If the other municipalities even go into it, I don't know. So that's where we are. On the 29th, there's a search and rescue exercise in the Sanders Preserve that I think it's the West Glendale Fire Department will be conducting. If you're interested in observing that or stopping by, we'll be doing that in the evening that night. On September 11th, we'll be having our ceremony at 5 o'clock at the Lighthouse again. And on September 6th, which is a Wednesday, at 6:30, which we cannot make, I would say, so I don't know why Ron telling me. But Burn Hills is opening their Science, Technology, and Engineering wing with a celebration at 6:30. You can't make that one.
What was that on September 11th?
September 11th is the 9/11 ceremony at the Lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
We put that on every year. And those are all, that's all I have for dates. But I just want to, again, just mention as we get ready for budget, and so people understand the constraints that we are under this year. Our cap is about, we're thinking about 1.84. That's pretty much what we're headed for, which means about $160,000 in cap space for new spending. Our expected health insurance increase is $160,000 coincidentally. So for all the wish list that's coming in, or maybe coming in, I think we have to understand there's no other, those are tax cap breakers. And not to bring up a sore subject, but when you see what happens with sales tax here in the county, there's no other option but to raise property taxes to pay for these increases in spending. And so that's something that we're just going to have to work through as we look at our budget through this budget season. But my intention is to stay within the tax cap. My intention is to actually come in under the tax cap. So we're going to have to just weigh all those options in relation to that budget objective. And we'll work through that. So, that's really all I have. Anything,
What was the date for Freeman's Bridge Road again?
August 23rd,
Thank you.
6 o'clock, Senior Center. Thank you. So back to the resolution. We're on item 8, a resolution authorizing submittal to the CFA regarding the establishment of a greenway trail. Do I have a system, not doing a system, do I have a resolution?
I'll move it.
Do I have a motion?
I'll second.
Moved in second, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, this is a resolution authorizing submission of a grant application to the Empire State Development Corporation through the consolidated funding application process with the state. It would be approximately $50,000, I believe the resolution states. That would be the request for the grant. That requires a $10,000 local match. So it would be $10,000 therefore of town money should it be approved, and the grant then would net $40,000 if I'm reading this correctly. And this is for a town-wide trail system plan.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 9, authorizing the submittal of yet another CFA application regarding the reconstruction of a hike trail. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved in second, any discussion?
Yes, this again is a application submission through the New York State Consolidated Funding Application process through specifically the local waterfront revitalization program. It is helping to fund what would be an estimated $325,400 cost upgrade to the Mohawk Hudson Bike Trail. The specifics of the budget would be a 25% local match in this cost, or in this case. And then that's further split again. 13% of that would be in a monetary contribution, $42,000 local cash match, and in-kind services then valued at just over $39,000. So the amount of the grant request would net at $244,050.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, approving a settlement with Shady Lane Tax Certioria proceeding. Do I have a motion?
I'll move
Do I have
it.
a second?
I'll second.
Moved in second, any discussion?
This is rather a lengthy resolution. It is for a settlement of a tax certification.
Would you like the attorney to?
Yeah, maybe Mike could highlight the aspects of this resolution.
So when we have a commercial property of this size and magnitude, then generally we get to formal appraisals, and in this case, both the petitioner, Shady Lane, and the town got their separate expert appraisals, and after court proceedings, the parties got together. We had an exchange of appraisals so that we could see what their appraisal came in, and they could see ours. The resolution kind of splits the baby a bit, but here we're going back to the 2015 tax roll. At that point, the building was just completed, I believe, not fully occupied, so we had a stepped up assessment established here, because the assumption is as time goes that they would become at least as fully occupied up to the level of average occupancy for a commercial property of that type. Here it's a little bit more complicated because the building has three different and distinct uses. It has retail space on the first floor, along with office space on part of the first and the second floor, and then residential use on the third floor. So it was a unique situation for us in the town, first mixed-use building of this type that we've had to appraise. And at the end of the steps, here we go from 7.6 million for the 2015 tax roll to 7.9 million for the 16 tax roll, 8.2 for the 17 tax roll, 8.2 for 17, and 18 and 19 are at 8.2, and then it gets to the end of the phase of it at 8.4 million, which we've actually factored comes in a bit higher than even our assessed value, but that was by agreement of parties to try and project where the appraisals would have gone over that period of time. So both the assessor and I spent quite a bit of time on this, as did the petitioner and his attorneys and appraisers, and I think everyone concluded that this is a fair and equitable agreement, and it is subject to court approval, but the board has to authorize us to move forward.
You were going to say all that, Richard.
You did.
Any questions or comments on that?
No, I just want to also at the same time extend appreciation to Mike and Bill for working on this. It seems to me like a very reasonable approach and a rationale, and now we do have some experience with this type of mixed-use building that we can draw upon in the future.
Anything else? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 11, appointing Mike Seaver to the position of senior road maintenance supervisor. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved in second, any discussion?
Boy, do I have a lot to say about it.
It only takes one note to make, so you know.
We have a retirement among the Commission of Public Works, and so this is elevating Mike Seaburn, who's been with us for a long time, to the appointed position of Senior Road Maintenance Supervisor effective August 21st, 2017, at a base rate of pay of $30.14 per hour.
Anything else?
I welcome him to the new position.
And before we vote, I just want to say I've had the pleasure of working with Mike for a long time now, and in this particular position. He's doing a fantastic job, I know, and I appreciate everything he and the rest of course, Tom and the rest of the highway department does every day. So this is well deserved, and congratulations.
Yep.
Anything else? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, appointing Jeff McPhail to the position of motor equipment operator heavy. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved in second, any discussion?
Well, this is a similar situation. Jeff is being moved into this position, and it again is effective August 21st, 2017, at a base rate of pay of $27.23 per hour.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 13, appointing members to the Glenville Scotia Joint Vision Committee. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
Moved in second. My resolution I thought never would see the light of day. I'll start with just thanking Councilman Pittavani for his time on serving on the search committee. Along with myself, we interviewed 14 people, and I think it was a difficult decision because we had 14 very, very, very good people. And we did pick, I think, some phenomenal people, and well, at least Elizabeth Brown was here tonight, so I want to congratulate you and thank you for all your work that you're signing up for. Michael Vitucci is also an appointee, and Tom Gallant, and I think you guys know the name Tom Gallant from the Turf Tavern. He and his wife own the Turf Tavern, so he has a Scotia business and a Glenville residency, so I think that gives him a special kind of, it gives him a good perspective. So this will allow us to start. We look at working with the village to get this up and going by so we can start with ideas. And I'm looking forward to working with all these folks. I don't know if Councilman Copeland wanted to add anything or not.
No, I just would agree that we had 14 very qualified people for the position, and it was a difficult decision, but I do think that the 3 that were selected will do a fine job in that position.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to add, anytime, I mean, the strength of this community is our volunteer committees. Anytime we put out a request to fill a position or create a new committee like this one is, you recently created for lack of a better term, the history committee. And the community just rallies, and we get fine, qualified people to serve these positions, and it really is very gratifying to see.
Absolutely. Anything else? Seeing none, please report.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Catalano?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. The next resolution 14, appointing Bruce Wers to the ZBA. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, this is filling a vacancy on our zoning board of appeals by Bruce Wers. Bruce has been a long-standing member of the community, involved again on our various committees. Most recently, prior to this, served on our comp plan committee. Certainly understands the nature of zoning and will be, I think, a good member of this board.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please report.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Catalano?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, approving the town board minutes for June 14, 2017. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Seeing none, please report.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Catalano?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution 16, approving the monthly department reports for July 2017. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, just briefly, this is the Assessors Department for June and July, the Economic Development Planning Department, Justice Department Receiver of Taxes, and the Town Clerk's Office.
Anything else? Seeing none, please report.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Catalano?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution is add-on 1, a resolution amending the original water warrant for water districts number 11 of June 1st, 2017, including water rent receivables, special contracts, and sewers. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. As you know, we do this every year where we have to clean up potential clerical errors, adjustments that are required regarding certain changes. And as you can see, a list of the customer bills there to be adjusted. You can see the account number, the original bill, the corrected bill, and then what the actual adjustment is. I think it's easier instead of going through all of these. If you want to, if there's any questions, I know the comptroller is here and he probably has a better idea of all the different reasons. I guess my first one is number 37. This is 24,000.
That was, there's an industrial user down in the Business and Technology Park that has multiple meters, one of which was removed. And so the meter reading was input twice, once on the real meter and once on this meter, which had subsequently was found to have been removed. So that's why the new bill is 0, the meter isn't there any longer. And the very last one is another large, it's a Baptist Health Judson Meadows facility. They were double billed in a clerical error.
Yeah, those two combined, just about, are almost all.
Pretty much, yeah. You'll see it, just 2 or 3 that actually went up, and that is the result of homes who have not been reporting. The home gets sold, and the realtor, at the time of the sale, reads the meter, reports it to us, and that's the kind of thing that with the new meters being installed, we should not have the under-reporting going forward.
I was gonna say, this should become much shorter once the meters get fully integrated.
And I failed to mention in my report, we should go back and do it over again. We have started the process, so the letters went out and residents have already signed up, and I think the installation will be underway shortly.
It's begun.
It's begun.
Great.
The project is actually, yet another project that I was told will never happen, has happened. So congratulations to the town board. Any other questions on this? Seeing none, please report.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Catalano?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, resolution setting a public hearing for September 6th regarding the unsafe property at 9 Van Buren Road. we have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second it.
Moved in second, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, property and structure located at 9 Van Buren Road in the town of Glenville. Due damage caused by a fire and subsequent abandonment. Became so unsafe, dangerous, and filled with garbage and re-junk vehicles as to become a danger to the health, safety, and general welfare of the community. And town local law, Article 9, authorizes the town, after a hearing before the town board, and if the owners fail to refuse to remedy the situation, to repair, remove the structure, and assess all costs and expenses against the land on which said building or structures are located, and that a public hearing be held by the town board of the town of Glenville at the Glenville Municipal Center, 18 Glenridge Road, Glenville, on September 6th at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter as possible, to hear all interested parties regarding the unsafe property at 9 Van Buren Road.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Papelbon?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, add-on 3, setting a public hearing for September 6th regarding anyone interested to be heard on a new local law, Chapter 130. Do I have a motion?
I'll move
Do I
it.
have a second?
I'll second it.
Moved in second, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, we're proposing a local law entitled, adding a new section, Chapter 130, excavations and encumbrances to the town of Glenville Town Code. The town law and the code of the town of Glenville requires a public hearing before the town board, before an amendment to the code may be adopted, and that the town board hereby schedules a public hearing for Wednesday, September 6, 2017 at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter, as a matter to be reached at the town of Glenville Municipal Center, at which time and place it will hear all persons interested in a proposed law adding the new Chapter 130 to the code of the town of Glenville.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Papelbon?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. You know, let the record show, people say, where'd you get that tan? I could say, at the town board meetings. It's broke, okay? We need to put a new.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it's
you're
got-
gonna put
it's got the panel.
No, we got the piece of paper with the over the window. All right, thank you.
And once again, saving money.
Yeah, we need to get new lines then. Add-on resolution number 4, resolution regarding the position of making account clerk in the police department. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
I'll second it.
Moved and second, any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. Supervisor, a vacancy currently exists in the position of account clerk typist within the town of Glenville Police Department. The chief of police canvassed from the civil service list to fill the position. The chief of police, police lieutenants, and town controller served as an interview committee, and the town committee interviewed several candidates for the position, as determined that Jennifer Knight of Jenkins Road, Burn Hills, is the best qualified and recommends her appointment. And Ms. Knight has accepted the position pending town board approval, and we're looking for her to be appointed to the position effective August 28th at a starting rate for such title of $34,781.23 per year, and benefits as determined by the Civil Service Employee Association agreement with the town.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the roll.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Papelbon?
Yes.
Supervisor Capson?
Yes, resolution passes. We now are on item 17, new business. I'll start on my right, beginning with Councilman Martin.
No new business tonight.
Councilman Papelbon.
It's probably not new business. I probably should have said it under my comment or my reports. The DARE Advisory Board is holding a DARE golf tournament to benefit the DARE program at the Fairways at Half Moon on September 17th at 9 a.m. And anybody interested in can contact Officer Dunbar with the Glenville Police Department.
Is there a form somewhere?
Yes, I'm sorry to bring any with me, but yes.
Okay, we can put it on our website too.
Oh, good, okay.
We'll just have them.
I'll send you a PDF copy.
Okay.
Look at you guys with your electronic terminology, PDF copy.
Sure, but he's sending all my information to my old phone number in my house I haven't had in 2 years.
Hey, we gotta start that 518 soon, and I can be calling anyone. Yes, don't forget, starting Friday, not this Friday, right? This Friday, the 18th, we have to start using 518.
Yes, isn't that nice in this electronic day and age of wizardry that we now have to dial more digits?
I have to update all the contacts on my phone, which is ridiculous.
Fewer people.
No other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that.
Second?
I'll second.
Moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, we're adjourned.
Tom should be happy.
Good job.